Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. Today we'll go through the 34th Sutra from this Patanjali Yoga Sutra Vibhuti Pada. This Sutra goes like this: Pratibhāt va sarvam. Sutras are very short aphorisms, but they convey very deep meaning. Of course, you have to have the link of the previous sutras. It's a continuous chain of sutras. Only then, from the beginning, if you start and then move on to the next one and next one, we'll be able to understand it better. Now, we'll go to the details. What does this pratibhāt mean? Pratibha means, it's a very common word. Pratibha means inner light, intuition, flash of genius, or the shining organ of divination. Brahmarandhra development, it is called as here in this particular aspect. Otherwise, Pratibha means, you can say his how efficiency and all those things, his that is Pratibha. But here it is the inner light, intuition, Brahmarandhra development, all these things, Pratibha va, alternatively, sarvam, all, everything, entire reality. So, by Samyama on Pratibha, the shining intuitive faculty, everything becomes known. So the meaning is Samyama on Pratibha, Samyama on this Pratibha. If you have control over this Pratibha, everything will be known. So now Pratibha antarha prakashaha yaha sarvajnanasya dwaram. Pratibha is the inner light. It is the doorway to all knowledge. Pratibha antah prakashaha. It is inner light. Yaha sarvajnanasya dwaram. Yoginaha, these yogis, Brahmarandhre, through that Brahmarandhra here, prakashe samyamat sarvam vijanati. So, by focusing on this shining light at the Brahmarandhra, by focusing totally, the yogi knows everything. This is how it can be described in Sanskrit. Pratibha divya buddhihi. Pratibha is a divine intelligence. Ya lokeshu sarvajnanam prakashayati. This reveals universal knowledge in the worlds. This is what how we can describe this. Here, Patanjali here describes a very exalted state of yogic realization. The sadhaka, the yogi, the achiever, through samyama, through deep integration of what we call this concentration, meditation, absorption. Very loosely these words, anyway. With these three things, concentration, meditation, absorption, on the Pratibha, that is the inner light in the head, that is Brahmarandhra, awakens an intuitive knowledge, intuitive intelligence. This is not ordinary intellect. It is a kind of a sudden illumination, a kind of a faculty wherein you will be able to know direct knowing, that is aparoksha jnana. Direct knowing. The Pratibha, this allows the yogi, this allows the sadhaka, this allows the achiever to grasp truth in totality. Not by something like discursive reasoning, so many things, but by immediate insight. It is much like how light instantly reveals objects in a dark room. The moment you put a light, everything is visible in the dark room. Such a yogi, such is the achievement there. Such a yogi is said to become a Jivanmukta, a liberated while living. While he is living itself, he becomes a Jivanmukta. Here there are some hidden meanings. The sutra hints that ultimate knowledge is not gained, it's not through accumulation of data. See, you may have vast data, very big data, but that doesn't give you ultimate knowledge. This ultimate knowledge is got through purification and illumination of consciousness itself. You may have big data, you may have a lot of things in your mind, you may have collected, you may have read, and you may have understood, you may have so many things. But this accumulation will not give you anything. Only purification and illumination of consciousness, that will give you ultimate knowledge. So this Pratibha is the state where buddhi, that is intellect, becomes transparent and reflects higher truths directly without distortion. There's no that, this and all those things. Straight away, straight, and then absolute truth it gives you. This is why Patanjali says sarvam. The word sarvam here means everything. Because the truth, the reality, this is interconnected, and when consciousness is fully illuminated, nothing is hidden. In a room, when there is full light, there's nothing, you can't hide anywhere, you can't hide anything. Everything will be open and then seen. This is what it is. So, how is it relevant to modern day? Let's try to just apply these principles to modern day living and modern living conditions. In modern science and psychology, we speak of aha moments. Moments. Sudden intuitive insights. Here, the solutions appear fully formed, fully completely here. Neuroscience studies, suggest these flashes arise when the brain recognizes complex data in unconscious processing. This is the modern, explanation. These neuroscience studies, they suggest this flash, some immediate flash, arise when the brain, reorganizes, recognizes, and reorganizes complex data in its unconscious processing. Patanjali Pratibha is this insight faculty. What Patanjali says is this reorganization of the complex data in unconsciousness processing by the brain in flashes. So, just as Einstein said, the intellect has little to do on a road to discovery. There comes a leap in consciousness. Call it intuition. You may call it in any name. It comes in big jump. So, for people who are well versed in many things, it teaches that true creativity, true genius, and wisdom are born when the mind is stilled, when the mind is calmed down, completely, totally calmed down, purified, and connected to deeper awareness. See, herely the information is overloaded, Now we have got so much of information available everywhere. Social media, that, this, everywhere. This sutra reminds us that clarity is more valuable than quantity of data. You may have plenty of data. What is the use of data? Unless you access that quality, that clarity, that is important. So the message here is, Pratibha is not only for yogis who are sitting in, we imagine yogis means sitting in cave, sitting below a tree, people tree or big tree in the nomadic, they go on sit in a remote place and then keep on chanting something. It is not that. Pratibha is a kind of a potential inner light of intuition and wisdom which is available in every human being. Only thing is you have to sit and then practice. That is what it says. Cultivating silence, cultivating meditation, and living in this ethical purity, ethically pure living, that awakens this light. That makes us capable of clear judgment, deeper compassion, and holistic vision. So it is, you may call it whether it was applicable those days, these days, when it is a timeless applicability. In ancient times, yogis used Pratibha for spiritual liberation. In modern times, this formula, this sutra, that is Pratibha, can guide scientists, can guide leaders, can guide artisans, can guide ordinary individuals to make wise decisions which is beyond aham, ego and bias. Of course, for the future also, this sutra stands as a reminder. The greatest power is not outer technology, but the illuminated consciousness within. That is what it teaches. So the essence here is, when the inner light shines, the yogi perceives everything clearly. Knowledge, wisdom, and truth are revealed in their wholeness. Viewers, with this explanation, we have tried to give the best explanation for this sutra. I hope this was quite interesting and then quite informative. Please like, share, and then subscribe to our channel. Please go through the content completely and post your comments in the comment box. Viewers, once again, we thank you for your valuable investing your valuable time in listening to this video. Thank you.